my first fight with him, he came to me. He had a partially torn Achilles, and so that was right before his Angulo fight back in Oklahoma City. And we had about 10, 12 weeks to prepare with a partially torn Achilles. And so I did a full assessment. His balance was horrible. His foot intrinsic, so like his feet were all kind of pointing in different direction. The toes were all weird. His balance was horrible, core, everything.
I guarantee you by the time I'm finished, I'm going to be one of the greatest fighters of all time.
So today is a special day. We just got the Ring magazine, and guess who's on the cover? It's been a long time coming, man. I've been professional now 12 years. I've been boxing 25 years. You can see all the work I've done, and I'm very happy. I'm very grateful for everything I've done in my career. I'm very grateful for my people that have been around me.
I think he is an all-time great already in here and in here. So now he just got to show it. I think he's been building the right building blocks. I think he already has one of the better resumes in boxing. And I think this is the perfect time and perfect opportunity to show people what greatness looks like and how greatness is being manufactured and how greatness is being shaped.
David Benavidez and Gilberto Ramirez showcase relentless intensity in training, marked by discipline and focus. Guided by coach Kima Arriola, Benavidez's morning routine is designed to build strength, conditioning, and motivation while sharpening his preparation for elite-level boxing competition.
64 days to go. 10 more seconds. It's always you against yourself, baby. There's the morning session, the 6 a.m. session. So this morning we did our run, and I'm starting the sprints. I introduced them slowly to regular, and then we did incline sprints so we can get a lot more lactic acid. But it's an incline, so it's not going as fast, but still fast enough. Like see that second wind? Remember I told you? It's there. I got it up, but we got to continue that. You brought the pressure, I got to continue it. So it's important to have that wavelength and have that program set for that. And then we got to go to boxing gym after. I'm going to give him a break, 3-4 hours, and then sleep, get some food in you, rest, a lot of water. Fascia system needs hydration. So I got to make sure he keeps drinking. Drink that water.
David Benavidez proudly owns his personal gym, where he trains with focus and intensity. He says the environment helps him relax, recharge, and prepare mentally for the challenges of boxing.
I know there's a lot of things that we could accomplish, and there's a lot of things that we could give back, not only to our people, but to our community. You know what I mean? We got a lot of fighters here. One of our friends painted this. He goes to the first Benavidez boxing gym, the one in Burien. He paints them all himself, so he's a talented brother. So but yeah, this is my dad's design, you know what I mean? This is actually my first time, starting training camp here in this gym.
I hear a lot of love there, man.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
So this is like blood. This is more than just boxing.
It kind of puts me into that place of relaxation. So when I come here to the gym, all my thoughts are in line, and I know exactly what I need to work on.
Jose Benavidez Sr. admits that every time his younger son David Benavidez steps into the ring, he feels worried for the opponent, knowing firsthand the destructive power David brings with every punch.
Steps in the ring, I'm very concerned for the opponents, the sparring partners, but at the end of the day, we have to do it, these guys are taking a lot of punishment.
David Benavidez explains that his family is the driving force behind his motivation, inspiring him every day to give his best, while boxing remains his lifelong passion and ultimate purpose.
And it makes me happy. This is my passion. Like I said, my family keeps me motivated. My wife, my children, my father, my mother, my brothers, and just the people that support me. The type of fighter I am, I've never been an intimidating type of guy outside the ring. Like if you see me, I'm a nice guy, probably people think I won't hurt a fly. But when I get into the ring, it's a completely different story. And it's been like that since I've been a little kid. Since I was 14 years old, people would always look at me, laughing at me. When I was in the gym, before a sparring session, I was like, we're gonna beat this little fat kid. He's nothing. I'd get in the ring, a monster comes out. It's been like that since I was a little kid. I feel like boxing is like the best representation of life. You gotta fight for what you believe, and you gotta go all in or not at all. Because if you don't go all in, you're not gonna manifest your...
Mike Holston praises David Benavidez' relentless work ethic, acknowledging his greatness and explaining how David's dedication inspires him personally to push harder, stay disciplined, and strive for excellence in life.
Watching you in the gym, you're very inspiring. Seeing you work hard every day, I love it. I'm just doing it for cardio, but I see a warrior like yourself, and I'm like, man, this dude's no joke, man. Keep up the great work. God bless you and your family, man. Knock everybody out. Get the belts, get the money, and get out.
Gilberto Ramirez trains relentlessly in the gym, declaring that he feels fully prepared, calm, and confident with no nerves, knowing he has given his absolute best for this fight. Moreover, Ramirez expresses excitement, saying he cannot wait to step into the ring with David Benavidez, eager to showcase his preparation, determination, and readiness for the upcoming clash.
Calm because I know that I've been working hard for this fight, and I've been working so good, and I can't wait. It just matters.
Chris Wong, his physical therapist, praises Gilberto Ramirez's extraordinary willpower and work ethic, describing them as unmatched and highlighting how his discipline and dedication set him apart from others in the sport.
Almost 5 years ago, my first fight with him, he came to me. He had a partially torn Achilles, and so that was right before his Angulo fight, back in Oklahoma City. And we had about 10-12 weeks to prepare with a partially torn Achilles. And so I did a full assessment. His balance was horrible. His foot intrinsics, so like his feet were all kind of pointing in different directions. The toes were all weird. His balance was horrible. Core, everything. He was very weak, but as I got to know him, I saw that the intangibles that he had was his willpower, his ethics, his work ethics, and everything was just on a whole nother level. But for him to get to that world champion level already with what he was working with was, amazing.
Gilberto Ramirez is described as operating on another level with his power, speed, offense, and defense. The combination of explosiveness and precision makes him a dangerous, complete fighter capable of overwhelming opponents through relentless skill and sharp execution.
Everything is really good.
Today's scrap you got first.
Today? Man, that's an everyday thing. Today was easy. Easy day.
For sure.
I actually got first place by accident.
My son scrapped
by accident.
At the press conference, Gilberto Ramirez showed respect toward David Benavidez, acknowledging his strength and promising fans an exciting showdown. He emphasized that their fight would be a thrilling spectacle for boxing fans.
And I'm so glad to be here to make a huge fight for this May 2nd. And I want to say, don't miss the fight. And Benavidez, his team, he helped me a lot for my first fight, world title fight. And I know him, we know each other, but I think it will be an exciting, super exciting fight. Pero
both fighters stepped face to face, their eyes locked with intensity yet filled with mutual respect. Neither flinched, as David Benavidez and Gilberto Ramirez acknowledged each other's dedication, discipline, and strength while promising fans an unforgettable clash of champions.
We'll see the WBA, WBO Cruiserweight World Champion Zurdo Ramirez against El Monstruo David Benavidez, moving up to the Cruiserweight division. A fight that's been brewing for years. They've known each other for...
Gilberto Ramirez says the fight with David Benavidez is very exciting because they know each other well and expect a great matchup. He was not surprised the fight got made, explaining that both fighters and their teams were already working on it. Discussions started quickly after Benavidez's last fight, and everything came together smoothly.
And 12 rounds, exciting, and we know each other, and we know that it'll be a really good fight.
How surprised were you that this fight got made? Like, did it catch you by surprise?
No, because he wanted. I wanted. My team we were working on it to make it happen, and I'm happy and glad to happen right now.
When did you guys start working on it? Because to me and other fans, it came as a surprise. Like we weren't expecting it.
Yeah, before he get the fight, I think we was working on it in this fight. And then it happened, and then he just said that it happened during his fight.
Yeah, he last fought against Yard, I believe, in November.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So did discussions start like in October to make the fight happen?
Yeah. It was like pretty quick, the discussion and the fight.
Gilberto Ramirez also said Oscar de la Hoya was confident the fight would happen, and he is happy to be working with Golden Boy Promotions. The fight is set for May 2nd in Las Vegas at the T-Mobile Arena with both titles on the line. Ramirez praised David Benavidez's last performance, calling him a strong, aggressive fighter who throws high volume and applies constant pressure. Having sparred with him before, Ramirez believes the matchup will be a thrilling war with knockouts and non-stop action. He added that both are warriors and that the best must fight the best.
What do you remember most of sparring against David?
It was pretty good. But honestly, as a fighter, I don't remember. Like, I remember that I did many times sparring, but not like being in the ring, like how he moved and everything. No.
Do you think he's evolved? He's gotten better from what you remember?
Yeah, he got a lot better.
Yeah. In what areas do you feel?
Because he throw more punches. He's constantly like pushing to the guys, and I mean I just can say, like, don't miss the fight. Be a great fight.
So you're expecting like toe-to-toe, like...
Yeah, I'm expecting a war.
Blood.
Yeah, everything.
Knockouts, knockdowns.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
David Benavidez explained that his plan was never to permanently leave the light heavyweight division. Instead, he moved up with a strategy, capture titles, then return and pursue even bigger fights. He said his dream is to become a unified champion and believes he is already close to that goal. Benavidez emphasized that while people worry about his weight, he does not want fans stressing about it. He will handle it himself. His focus remains on delivering the biggest and best fights possible. He also mentioned future ambitions against top opponents like Artur Beterbiev, saying that matchup excites him most because it would be two powerful fighters colliding. For Benavidez, it is about legacy and giving fans the high-intensity, monster versus monster fights they want to see.
Like I said, my plan wasn't just to abandon the light heavyweight division. My plan was come up, grab 2 titles, come back down, and make this fight with me and Bilal even bigger. That's exactly what I want to do. You know, that my dream is to become a unified champion. So I'm already there. You know, my foot is already there, basically at the finish line. So it's smart for me to come back down. And you know, obviously a lot of people are worried about the weight, this and that. But like I tell everybody, don't worry about that. Let me worry about that. You know what I mean? And you know, I'm just trying to give you guys the best fights possible, the best fights out there. And then after that fight, when I capture the titles, I'm going and I'm fighting Beterbiev. So I'm just trying to give the biggest and best fights happen to the fans. And you know, I mean, for me and my legacy, this is really what I feel like I have to do. Nobody tells me I have to come back down. Nobody else tells me I have to go and fight Zurdo Ramirez. Nobody tells me I have to fight Beterbiev. But I want to do it for myself because I know the fans boxing.
Jermel Charlo said he wants the best man to win in the upcoming fight and hopes the event becomes big, noting both fighters are highly skilled and respected. He described it as an exciting matchup and a strong moment for boxing when top-level athletes face each other. Charlo added that he is closely focused on the winner, as he plans to potentially face whoever comes out on top next. He made it clear he is ready for any challenge and is watching the situation closely. For him, the fight is important for the division and could shape future matchups. He is motivated to compete against the champion next, showing confidence, ambition, and full readiness for a major world title opportunity.
Versus Zurdo, they're going for the unification fight. Who do you have in that fight, and would you like to fight the winner?
Honestly, man, it doesn't bother me. You know what I mean? May the best man win, and when they do, let's get it on. You know, I don't want no excuses. You know, I want the better fighter to win. I want it to be a good fight. You know, I want them to show, I want it to be promoted and be a fucking big fight, because when we fight, it's better for me. You know what I mean? All I'm chasing is undisputed and legacy. You know what I mean? Everything else just comes with it. but I've always said the same thing. I've never taken my eye off the goal.
Henry Garcia breaks down this matchup in detail, focusing on both fighters' styles, strengths, and tactical approaches. He explains that the light heavyweight champion being analyzed has an almost complete skill set with very few weaknesses, reflected in his record of 48-1 with 30 knockouts. The only loss he notes came against Dmitry Bivol, which he suggests provides a possible blueprint for others to study. Turning to David Benavidez, Garcia describes him as one of the most exciting fighters in boxing today. He calls him a come-forward counterpuncher who applies relentless pressure while still countering intelligently. Benavidez is said to constantly look to trap opponents on the ropes using feints, slips, and a high guard before unleashing powerful bent-arm shots to both head and body. Garcia also highlights Benavidez's underrated technical ability, noting that despite his aggressive style, he has strong footwork, an effective jab, and impressive defensive variety.